What's up, guys? So we've got hundreds of monsters now. Which ones are the best? That's what this video is all about. I'm giving you my top 10 monsters in order. So 10th favorite to my favorite. We'll end with the favorite monster. And yeah, we're going to assume they're fully powered up for this. And also currently the newest monster out is the Bandersnatch. So if you're watching this in the future, there might be a better monster. But this is, as of today, for me, the best monster, or the newest monster, is the Bandersnatch. So let's dive right into it. Number 10 on my list is the 4-star Karlabos monsters. There's a few of them. There's a few different legendary Karlabosses. Ghostly, Infernal, Midnight, but they're all the same, guys. Any 4-star Karlabos. And here's why. If we look at the max benefits, you get troop armor bonus, 171,841 at level 10. You get troop attack per armor, 54,000 max. So if you have over 54,000 armor, which most people do at this point, at least in the older realms, you get that 54,000 troop attack once this thing's maxed out. That's a pretty good monster. Armor's good for offense, it's good for defense, it's good all around. And that's going to buff up all your troops, it's going to give all your troops armor, and it's going to give all your troops attack. Not bad for a 4-star monster, guys. Not bad at all. Moving on, number 9 on my list is the Slippery Midgardsormr. It's a 5-star. It maxes at level 10. And if we look at the max benefits here, you get City Assault attack bonus, 174,352. Good for attacking people. You get Armor Shredding, 35%. You get City Defense Armor bonus, 171,000. So you can use that for offense with the City Assault. You can use it for defense, 171k armor. And the Armor Shredding, you guys know how good Armor Shredding can be, especially if the opponent doesn't have an anti-armor shredding. If you catch them off guard if they're not ready for the attack, that Armor Shredding can be one of the better skills in the game. And the Slippery Midgardsormr with 35%, that's a good monster. So I put him at number 9 on the list. You need to power him way up though. He's not so great at the earlier powers, because especially for defense, it's not that much armor, but it's certainly situational. I mean, the Armor Shredding can be really valuable at the right time, and it's got City Assault attack, which is cool. So I'm digging it. It's kind of a unique monster. Like its bonuses don't really synergize. You can't use them all at the same time. Like, you know, you can only use the City Assault one for attacking. You can only use the defending one for defense. But it's still, I guess the Armor Shredding works both ways. Cool monster though. That's number 9 on the list. Number 8 on the list is the Apex Quetzalcoatl. This is a 5-star monster, and it's pretty cool. It's a cavalry buffing monster. There aren't very many specific cavalry buffing monsters, but this one buffs it up. 120,260% cavalry HP, 120,260% cavalry attack, and you get mercenary airship attack bonus, that's pretty cool. 180k on that. So what makes this monster really valuable is if you're doing let's say you have really good Leviathans, and you got a bunch of Leviathans, and you want to do a full rally of cavalry troops, this is a great monster. You get the 120k HP, 120k attack for the cavalry troops. Not quite as good for defending, because cavalry is only going to be a portion of your total troops. You're going to have warriors, you're going to have mages. So, for defending purposes, it's not the best monster. But if you're doing cavalry rallies, like on the Crystal or on somebody's Empire, if you have really good cavalry buffs, this is going to buff up your cavalry even more. So I'm digging it. I put it a little bit higher than the Midgardsormr. There's definitely situations where the Midgardsormr is better, but I think this one in general I like it more because I like doing cavalry attacks. Cavalry is the fastest troop in the game. So if you're doing a full rally of cavalry, that rally is going to move really fast. So that's why I'm digging this monster. That's number 8. Number 7 on my list is the Enraged Kujata. This is another 5-star. And this one's really cool too because it buffs up juggernauts. Look at this. 94,600% troop HP bonus. 94,600% troop attack bonus. You get, and the same, of course, yeah, I don't have to keep reading 94,600, but the Juggernaut HP and the Juggernaut attack. I like this one a little bit more than the Quetzalcoatl, just because that's troop HP and troop attack. That's going to buff all your troops, right? Not just the cavalry. That does everything. And while its buffs aren't quite as great, you could use this thing for defense. Your guardians are going to get another 94,600% HP if you're using this thing on your wall. Plus the attack bonus. Like, it's just a good general all-around monster. You could use it really in every situation imaginable in the game. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. It's a pretty cool monster. Of course, if you have it at level 3, it's 66,000%, which is it's pretty close to evil numbers there. But I'm digging it, guys. 5-star armored Karlabos. Again, it's a 5-star monster. It's basically the same thing as the 4-star monster with better stats, and they throw in all elemental troop armor. So once it's maxed out, you get 171,800% troop attack per armor. That's the limit. So basically you're going to get 171,000% attack if you have 171,000 armor. And then you get 343,682% troop armor and all elemental troop armor. So basically if you're attacking with elementals, you get almost 700,000 armor on them. If you're attacking with normal troops, just like a normal warrior, you're going to get the 343. And if you're attacking with the elementals, you get both the armors applied to it. So, essentially, if you're attacking, this is a great monster to attack with. It's good for defense. If your elementals are taking a brunt of the attack, it's great for defending. It's probably one of the better offensive skills just because a decent attack bonus. Plus troop armor. Troop armor is awesome, guys. So that's the 5-star Karlabos. Just general all-around good monster. Number 5 is the King Tonberry. It's a 5-star monster. It's got attack shredding, HP shredding, and armor shredding. It maxes, once you get them maxed, it's 20%, 20%, 20%. I really wanted to put this monster number 1 on the list. And the reason I didn't is because now there's a lot of anti-armor shredding, and there's anti-attack shredding too. And there might even be anti-HP shredding. So this monster can be countered. But the cool thing about this monster is if you're up against really strong people, let's say somebody's coming at you with 2 million% troop attack, which is actually fairly common now, 2 million troop HP and 3 million armor. You take off 20% of that, that's 400,000 attack you're shredding. That's 400,000 HP you're shredding. And that's, 500,000 armor or 600,000 armor you'd be shredding. Like, that's killer, guys. That's awesome. This monster, it's going to scale with the game. Again, I wanted to put this at number 1 on the list, and it could be the best monster depending on the situation. Like, if you know somebody's coming at you and they don't have anti-attack shredding and anti-armor shredding, this is the monster to use, especially if they're really strong. And as the game goes on, 20% is 20%. You look at like the Karlabos and a lot of these other monsters we've talked about, they're not going to scale. Like, that's as good as they're going to get unless they put on more levels to the monster. Whereas this thing, 20% is going to keep getting better and better as the buffs get bigger and bigger. And as we know, the buffs get way bigger. Every month, we get new buffs that like double the total attack power of people. So this monster might even be better than number 5 on my list, but I put him at 5 just because where we're at right now in the game, with a lot of counters to this monster, I was afraid to put it too high because you don't want to rely on this monster if you're just going to get countered with when you're using it. So you got to be real particular when you use this one, but it's still a really good monster. 20%. Yeah, I like that, guys. I really like that. 5-star King Tonberry. Number 4 is the Midnight Bandersnatch. Once you get this thing to level 10, you get 750,000% troop attack, 750,000% fire elemental troop attack, and 15% attack shredding. Wow, 750 troop attack. That's going to buff every single troop you have 750%. That's gigantic. And then if you're going in with fire elementals or defending with fire elementals, they're going to get this 750 and this 750. So if you're attacking with fire, let's say you're attacking with fire warriors, you're going to get 1.5 million% troop attack on those troops. My goodness. Plus you get attack shredding on the enemy. So you could use this thing for defense. with the attack shredding, you're going to wipe out 15% of their attack if they don't have a counter to it. And even if they do have a counter to it, you still get all that troop attack. So it's going to be great for capturing heroes, for wiping out people's astral power, for killing all their troops. You could use this thing for every single attack situation. I like this. This is pretty awesome. And it's a 4-star. It's a 4-star, guys. A 4-star monster. And it's better than most of the 5 stars. So if you didn't get the 5-star Bandersnatch, don't sweat it. Just power this thing up. It's still awesome. You can use this thing in so many different situations. Boom. Midnight Bandersnatch. There's a few other 4 stars too, but I chose to power up the Midnight because, you know, the Midnight's, it's cool, right? Midnight Bandersnatch. Moving on. Number 3 is another 4-star monster, the Midnight Reapertail, or any legendary Reapertail 4-star monster. What I really like about this is you get troop armor, and you get anti-armor shredding, and you get warrior attack. But the best things for me, the anti-armor shredding and the troop armor, those two synergize really well. So you're going to have a lot of armor if you're using this monster, and they're not going to be able to penetrate that armor. So it's going to be perfect for defending. I would be really happy to have 2 of these on my wall. If you had 2 of these, that would be 1.2 million armor, 100% anti-armor shredding. How hard is it to get more than 100% armor shredding? Like, that's really difficult. So your armor's it's not going to be penetrated. And yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, I'm digging this, guys. Get the Reapertail 4-star, power it up. You can't go wrong. Plus the warrior attack, this would be a great monster to use in conjunction with Ifrit. If you're attacking like a full warrior attack and you have this thing and Ifrit, those troops are going to have a lot of armor. They're going to have a lot of attack, and they're not going to be able to shred your armor. So yeah. Number 3 on the list is a 4-star monster, and I really like this thing. I use it all the time. I use it on all my accounts. I have a 4-star Reapertail, and I have this thing powered up. It's great for walls, great for attacks, great for you name it. Crystals, you could use that thing in the crystal. Heck yeah. Number 2 is the Deadly Reapertail. This is the 5-star Reapertail. So we just talked about the 4-star. This is the 5-star. And the 5-star is obviously better than the 4-star once you get it to level 10. You get look at this. So it's the same 3 buffs: warrior attack, troop armor, and anti-armor shredding. You get double the anti-armor shredding, so 100%. 100% anti-armor shredding. The troop armor isn't that much more, but it is more. It's 847,800. And the warrior attack is just a little bit more too, 270,000. So what makes this thing a lot better than the 4-star is that double anti-armor shredding, 100%. So you get one of these on your wall, and again, it has all the same benefits as the 4-star we talked about, just better. It's just a better monster. So you can use it for attacks, you can use it for defending your wall, for defense, for crystal battles, for attacking neutral realm empires, you name it. This monster, and depending on where you're at, this might be the best monster to use. Like, if you get the 5-star Reapertail, you're set. Be happy, be thankful, power that thing up. It's worth, as powered up as you can get it, it's worth trying to do it. Because, yeah, troop armor and anti-armor shredding. Again, I think that's one of the best. Those synergize so well. Get the troop armor up, make it to where they can't penetrate the troop armor. It's a win-win. And number 1 is you guys guessed it, it's the newest monster. No surprise there, the Deadly Bandersnatch. And really, the reason I chose to put this one on top over the Reapertail is the 5-star, they added anti-attack shredding. So you can now defend against attack shredding. You get the anti-attack shredding. It maxes at 10%. So right there, you gotta like the anti-attack shredding. Like, that's good for defense. It's good for offense. Everything. You name it. But that's not all this thing gets. You get 25% attack shredding. So you get the anti-attack shredding and the attack shredding. So you could use this thing for defense. They're going to do basically 25% less damage unless they have a 5-star Bandersnatch. Like, that's the only counter. But even then, you get 25%. If they're attacking with the same monster, they only get 10% anti-attack shredding. So the attack shredding's awesome. Especially like think about it's basically what the King Tonberry had plus 5% for the attack shredding, which is awesome. But that's not all it does. So you get the kind of defending purposes plus the attack purposes, the troop attack bonus, and the fire elemental troop attack bonus. And this 5-star, I think that's as good as it gets so far. Like if you're attacking with fire troops, you're basically getting 3 million troop attack because you get this 1.5 and this 1.5. So if you're attacking with fire troops, you're 3 million troop attack. That's crazy. So yeah, of course I had to put this thing number 1 on the list. And what's interesting too is the 5-star Bandersnatch is actually twice as good as the 4-star Bandersnatch, but it's better than twice as good. But the Reapertail 5-star is not twice as good as the 4-star Reapertail. So it's the biggest jump in terms from 4 to 5 stars. This thing really is the best. The problem is trying to hatch one. I would recommend, and this is the only one that I would recommend waiting until you can get enough hatching stones and enough souls for the Eternal Egg. And the Eternal Egg is a guaranteed 5-star. I would save up. I think it was 55,000 Bandersnatch souls in order to get the guaranteed 5-star. I would do that because on my other account, I had enough to get the Eternal, but I chose instead to just get a ton of Mythical. And then I figured I'd probably get a 5-star anyway if I hatched enough Mythical, and I did not get one. I hatched, what did I hatch? I hatched 25 Mythical eggs, didn't get a single Bandersnatch. So it's probably your best bet, unless you want to try to get lucky, is to just save up, keep attacking this thing. It's not only, to get this monster, you're going to need the Bandersnatch Realm Boss. Unless they might give us something in the future to where we can get these eggs and hatch them. But most people, how we've got them so far is attacking the Realm Boss Bandersnatch. And it's the best Realm Boss anyway because it gives you mythical building blueprints. Mythical? Why did I say mythical? Yeah, mythical. Mythical building blueprints and mythical research tomes. So you get good scrolls. I think this is just the best one, man. This is awesome, guys. I'm rambling on a little bit, but this is by far the best. Yeah, look at that, man. 3 million troop attack if you're attacking with fire elementals. With the attack shredding. With the anti-attack shredding. So really the only counter to a Bandersnatch is a Bandersnatch. Wow. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about this one. I got it on my main account, but not my other account, which I should have just got the Eternal Egg. But that's okay. The 4-star's still, as we mentioned, the 4-star's still up at the top of the list. It's still a great monster. That's it for today. I hope you guys are doing good. Let me know if you disagree. What monster did I get something wrong? Yeah, I probably shouldn't show too much of my inbox. But yeah, let me know if you guys disagree with my list. Hook me up and tell me why. I'd be curious. I might be wrong. There might be better monsters that I kind of overlooked. Of course, some of it's situational. Some of the monsters this would be a different list if it was purely for defending purposes. And it'd be a different list if it was purely for attacking purposes. But it's just kind of a general all-around top 10. Yeah, all right, that's it, guys. Take it easy.